Hello everyone, this is StringGearCon4 and welcome to my game showcase for Star Traders Frontiers. So Star Traders is a, how do I put it, turn-based RPG-ish game. Here, let me just show you. So it's set in space and you control Captain and his ship and crew as he, interacts with everyone in the galaxy. Well, not everyone, but many people in the galaxy. So, this is the character screen, and I'm going to create a merchant. This is a template that I created, so we could create a new template, and we would be able to choose our ship and whatnot. So let's actually create a new template. We're gonna prioritize ship and not so much contacts. We'll do attributes over experience. We're going to choose for our ship let's do, what's this? San Fidelis Cutter. Da da da. So you can see all these specs on the ship. So it's got 6,000 mass, 60 fuel capacity, max officers 5, max crew 30, base shield 13%, base armor 26%, and hull of 2,000. So you can look at all the stats of all these ships and see what they got. Let me pick a good one. Okay, I think I'm going to use the Dragoon Cruiser for this, and for contacts, we don't really want that to be so much there. Experience. For this, we're going to choose a military officer or something like that. That sounds good. Attributes. This is just going to be a showcase, so we'll just pick some stuff. Because why not? Resilience, probably high fortitude, a little bit of quickness, decent strength. Sounds good. Alright, we'll lock these. Experience. Yep, fuck that. Contacts. So these are the guys that give you quests, and you buy certain permits and things like that from. So these are pretty important. You don't just use these. You can also get them just in while you're playing the game. Okay, so let's do. So we're gonna, since we're a military officer, we're gonna get a military commander, and how about um, a prince? Okay, sounds good. Unlock that. Skills. We're a military officer, right? So we're gonna do. No, we should probably put this up. So we'll put that up over budget. No prints then. Okay, we'll do that. So we got 4. So we're gonna give 1 command, 1 intimidate, and 2 rifles. Okay, looks good. So we're gonna name this. Uh, let's call it military officer. Okay, save template. So that's just a template. That's not even done. So we're gonna use the military officer that we just created. We're gonna launch. We're gonna choose male. Let's just pick someone. That'll do fine. Uniform. That looks like a military officer. Change map. We'll play on the default map. Change faction. Kadar. That sounds good. Difficulty. Basic. Alright, we'll do normal. Okay. We'll let them just do their thing. And we'll call this Captain. Captain Showcase. Launch. Doesn't take long to load. Alright, so we start off in the story. So 1 year ago, I became a Star Trader captain. Step 4 on Captain Showcase. Alright, there's me. We're gonna skip all this just because I'll probably do a series on this and we can see it there. So we'll skip all this because I have about 4 hours invested in the game. Maybe more now. So we can control our ship, like so. But we actually want to go there. That's where we need to go. So we'll head there. So you can see it's set in space. It's turn-based, and we can look at a lot of things. So let's land on the planet, and we'll look at things. So this is just part of the story, and we'll skip all that. Yes, we'll pick that, skip, and work out specifics later because that's the quickest. Alright, so this is in an orbital station. This is not technically a planet. So we can look at our status. So that's our ship from top down, I think. Yeah. And we can look at our crew. So these are all the souls that are on our ship, ready to give their lives if need be for us. You can look at each one individually. You can see their level, their HP, their morale, all their attributes, their skills, traits and background. You can train them, and you can see their job on the ship. So this is us, so it doesn't really matter what their morale is. If you are playing on a harder difficulty, HP definitely matters. Haven't really done that yet, but eh. Hey, I can rename myself. Oh, this is neat. So yeah, you can change your armband, eyewear. We'll wear an eye patch because that looks cool. We can change our face if we like. Uniform. It doesn't go back to the way it should, but whatever. We'll do that. I like how we can change our gender on ship. That makes sense. Okay, so we'll train job. Military officer will train up in that, so that just gives us level 4 grants, plus 2 pistols, plus 2 tactics, plus 5 command. So, yep. So that's the stat boost for that, and that helps like in combat and whatnot. These are talents which can be used in combat and other times. So you can see that this is when you're in a mission. Skill save. So I'm not entirely sure what this does, but I see it in like the little box down here. So I guess it must mean something, and I think it helps. Some of these definitely matter, like strict search. Military discipline demands a thorough search which uncovers secret hideaways on ships of defeated smugglers. New lootable cargo is revealed. Cool. So that'd be good. When encountering a military officer as a captain, a respectable military salute automatically ends the encounter with a draw. Reputation penalties may still apply. That sounds cool. So we'll get that. Just so that we don't have to fight everyone that we see. Because you do interact with other ships. Oh, we can retrain. Okay. So we apparently have more than one point. So we'll do a strict search. So that's cool. We have no more points, and we can just move on to our next guy. This is an officer, so he gets paid a lot of money. We can choose his uniform. We can make him look whatever we want to. So, who's this guy? He's our engineer, so he can look like that, yeah. And we can train him in his job of engineer. So all these, there's a whole bunch of different jobs that a guy can have. And I guess he can have a whole lot of them. But you do want to train him up in whatever his main thing is. And then depending on what his job is, you can give him different talents, which affects things like repair. So whenever you repair your ship, because it does get damaged in combat, you might get a reduction of the amount of money that you'll have to pay. So we'll just continue on. We can take quests or missions, as they're called in here, and we can waypoint them so that we can find them more easily. Let's refuel, because we do have to keep fuel or bad things happen. So we will launch, we will skip that dialogue. We all have important work to be doing. Don't worry, we'll get to it later if we do a series on this, which I am planning on doing. Alright, we'll land here because this is where we need to go. Skip all. Skip all. Skip. No. Okay. Alright, so we can talk to these contacts here. So you remember when we assigned those? Well, this isn't one of those, because if we go here, we can see our military commander guy right here. And we can look at him. He's got all his own stuff. So reputation and influence. He's got faction reputation of 20, personal reputation of 7, which is greater than or equal to effective reputation, which isn't. So that's weird. That makes no sense to me. Or is that just trying to make an arrow symbol? Okay. So he hates them, which means he has increased missions against Maklumnu. I cannot pronounce that. Underworld is connected to the criminal underground. Oh, so maybe we could get some black market stuff. Haven't played around with that very much. Like I said, I haven't played this game too much, but I did play Star Traders 1, so I'm going off a little bit of what I know from that. This guy's generous. He pays 10% or higher and 10% longer mission deadline. 10% longer mission deadlines, which is good. He's generous. Respected. Any damage to this contract's influence is reduced by 50% due to the reference of their peers. Okay? So, all this stuff matters. You don't have to know what all this stuff does, even if it's here, because you can just play this game really fast. So, let's talk to him. We can discuss farther. We want to skip that. Okay, so then we can take mission. So let's show what this is all about. So we'll accept this mission, which is one of the story missions. Not all of the missions are story missions. There are just missions that contacts will give you, which is nice. Your crew does need to get paid. They take a good chunk of money, actually. So we'll get some soldiers, because I have a feeling we might need those. And we'll get a mechanic, because we'll probably need that too. And as we play through this, our crew will upgrade or level up, and that gives them new talents if they're just regular crew members, like all these people. These are just regular crew members. They're not officers. These people, you see how they have the little, I don't know, emblem on them? That means they're an officer. So we're the captain. These are my officers. So these are our engineer, our doctor, quartermaster, gunner, whatnot. We're going to train you in a job of gunner. So we're going to make you better at that. Now, we could give these people other jobs and give them better stats. So say we want our quartermaster here to have more combat abilities. We could do that. We could give them that. We're going to give this person a talent. So these are talents. Completely different from jobs. Though I think the jobs, talents depend on what jobs you have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So we're going to choose boarding assault, because as a military officer, I'm probably going to want to board, because I'm a military person, and I'm going to get into fights, and I would like to win. So you can send your crew members over to board an enemy ship, and that's like an entire mini-game in itself. There are several mini-game type things. They might even refer to them as such in some of the tutorial type area. Because, here, let's just do that. Where's the consult button? There it is. So, if you are ever unsure about a page, you can just click the consult button, and there are 1 members of the crew who are ready to level up. Don't delay making these critical training decisions. Open the crew list and use the leveling filter to find the crew who need attention. So yeah, we can go up here, filter, leveling. And we can find him, give him a new talent of discounted repairs. See, I referred to that earlier. Yay. We're going to filter to all, and we're going to go out of this again. Okay. There is, oh, let me demonstrate one of these mini games. So this wilderness, let's land here, and it says that 10 exploration site, 1 richness, foolish. So it's not really that rich here. Not a lot of good stuff. 4 danger, not too bad. So this is one of the mini games type area. So we get these cards here, and it'll randomly pick one of these when we click explore. So we can look under here at risk factors. Danger 4, huge planet, 30% low, 20% medium, 6% max risk. Okay, so let's explore. We eliminate one of the good cards. Nope, saltwater predators. Reduced by crew protecting components. So the local fauna, huge, teethy, and aquatic, take predatory interest in the crew. 10 to 30 damage up to 8 crew. So that's not too good. We successfully passed it. So we didn't really get anything too bad off of this. So this one looks pretty good. We can explore here. Alright, so we got refined resources. So we can look in our stash, and we'll find these crystals here, and we will claim them. And you can deposit cargo here, so you can leave it on the planet to come back to later. If you get like a really good deal on stuff, on some items, but you want to save them for later, hoping that their price will go back up, you can stash them on a planet, if you want, near somewhere that you will get a good price for them. So if you want to be a merchant, you can go through the game with almost no combat. I've tried that before. I went broke. It's pretty fun, though, trying to figure out what'll sell for way more than you got it for. Let's show another one of the minigames. I don't want to do it here, though. That's Kadar. This is all Kadar. Where's a non-Kadar planet? There's one. We'll go over here. It's just the farming world. It shouldn't be that much. So you can see we're running out of fuel down here, because we do have to worry about that. Not doing too badly, though. So you can see these different things that happened. I'm not sure entirely what they do. Let's see. We can blockade this place, okay? So if we do this, we might get something bad happening to us, or something good. So let's blockade. Yes, we got a new contact. So see, we can look in here, and we found out about this guy. He's a smuggler. So he is 8 jumps away. So what that means is, let's go out into the big map. So this is one quadrant. We can look at different things here. So is that this place? I think it might be. Yeah. And then there's the quadrant map, or the big galaxy map, galactic map. Yeah. So we are here, and there are different how do I put it? The quadrant map shows all the sectors in the galaxy and the hyperwarp gates that connect them. Yes, hyperwarp gates. That's what they're called. Here, the captain can consult charts, review faraway quadrants, and plot courses to different stars. Okay, so let's get out of the galactic map, and let's find it. There it is. So there's the hyperwarp gate. Before we go there, we need to refuel. So we go and land in Starport, buy for stupid amounts of money. That is way too expensive. That is really expensive. Alright, let's go to the hyperwarp gate. Okay, so we'll fly over to there. So we failed a repair test. I don't know entirely what that does. That doesn't sound good. So we use 22 fuel and jump took 1 week. So there is time. You can pause. You can just let it sit for as long as you want and plan your next move. And it'll be fine because it's sort of turn-based. So every one of these, you can see somewhere. Date. Yes. So up here, that's where we are, I think. So yes. Let's go here. Let's land here. We can sell these things. Get some credits down here. We have certain amounts of cargo space, and there are different permits that you have to buy in order to trade and stuff. So raw space, that is permit restricted. We cannot buy or sell that without a permit. Basic medicines, though, we can. Refined spice, nope. Ferrochromium, nope. But we can buy ursolite ore. So we could do that, and then sell it somewhere else. So it says, in demand on refinery, industrial, orbital, high-tech zones. So let's purchase some of those. This is sort of what you do as a merchant. This says it's an industrial, high-tech industrial place. So we can go over there and sell it. Well, oh, we got an alert. So this says, one crew member has unpredictably low morale, less than 50. Oh, that's not good. So if enough crew get enough low morale, you can sometimes get mutiny, which is not good. So we can go to the exchange, sell these things, and it'll show the profit. So that would be $8 or 8 credits per unit. So we would get 280 total profits, I think that is. Which actually isn't that good, but it's okay. $4 per, or 4 credits per water fuel, I will take that, not bad. Spice Hall, we have to pay our people, so this shows all the people that need to be paid. Pay. Recruits, we can recruit more people. We can go to a spice hall and pay for basically morale boost. Go to doctor and heal anyone that's hurt. So these guys can get into combat. I want to get into combat somewhere. Let's blockade. That usually gets us into combat. Watch me get good luck. Nope. No. Come on, combat. Let me come back when I get combat. And it looks like I got one just then. That did not take too long. Alright, so we're going to fight. This is what ship-to-ship combat looks like. We're going to I think they're attacking us, so we're gonna go for weapons. We're gonna queue those up. Talents, these are our crew talents. Target lock and intern. Okay, so that'll fire our guys. We have a pretty big ship. They missed, that's good. And they hit us, we hit them. Cool. They did not try to get away. I don't think they want to. So we could try to get away if we wanted to, but we're not gonna do that because I want to win this. We're gonna do evasive maneuvers. We're going to try to advance on them. So we'll watch all these things happen. We'll fire, we fire, they fire, and miss! Nice! We're advancing on them. So we're closing range, Captain. That doesn't always work. So we're going to advance. And no, we will not advance. We will go to weapons. Fire all 4 of those talents. We will use sharp steering. Sending orders. Firing, they miss. So this is what combat is like. Eventually, developers say they're going to put in small fighter, like small craft combat, because that was one of the stretch goals. And since they hit that stretch goal, they're going to put it in, which sounds really cool. So let's intern and do that. So just because their health isn't all the way down to the bottom does not mean that we can't win, because we can like destroy their engines. We can let's see, kill their captain. Or like injure him or something. They could beat us the same way. So just because our ship isn't destroyed doesn't mean we won't lose. if they hit us right. So let's see, they have these buffs slash debuffs over here. We can look at those once we bring this menu up. So active effects, sharp steering, engine failure. Oh, that's good for us. And engine failure. So we'll launch these things again and turn. Combat doesn't actually usually take this long. It's a pretty heavy ship over here. And so is ours. No, we missed. That's not good. They're using evasive maneuvers. I think we should do the same. Now we'll target them. We will... Ooh, they took out one of our weapons. That's not good. So our little guys here can be destroyed or damaged, and we can repair them in a star dock. What happened to my evasive Oh, we're targeting them. Okay. Yeah. We're advancing, which means we can use weapons that require closer range. So these guys. Orders. Talents. What talents can we use? Barrage. That sounds good. We'll fire on here. So this game is in early access, which means it's not completely done with development. So we can expect to see lots of updates. They're not even done with the storyline. I have encountered the end of the storyline in some areas because it just wasn't finished. Which I don't expect it to be fully finished. Come on. He's just sitting there. We can hit it. They've already put in orbital stations, which was one of their stretch goals. Yeah. So it does take place in the same universe as the first Star Traders and Templar Knights and Star Traders 4X Empires. I'm pretty sure, because they like reference some of the things. Oh, enemy captain has suffered a fatal wound. Victory, and their ship is only at like half health, so that's good. So we can loot the cargo. So let's see, what do they have? They have crystals. We'll loot that, and they have scrap. We will loot that. So we will loot. Oh, we're full. Alright, we're going to take their fuel. Well, we'll ransom them, and we'll leave. Okay, so that got us a little bit of money and cargo, so we can land here and sell the stuff. Cha-ching, ching, and then we can refuel and repair for really expensive amounts of money. Wow. You can't upgrade here because hostile faction officials are denying access to the service because the galaxy is basically broken up into different factions. So if we look at the galactic map, you'll notice that each little place has its own flag. So we are with Kadar. This is Steel Song. This is Javat. One of these is like the Reich Syndicate. The other, there's a whole bunch. I don't know the exact number. Can we look on the banner thing? So there is Kadar, Devaltus, Reichart, Tholan, Javat, Maklumnu, Alta Mesa, Zenrin, Steel Song. I don't know if that's all. I want to say no, but I might be wrong. And with each one of these, you have your own reputation with them. So with the Kadar Syndicate, I have 20 reputation, and they are impressed by our support and is interested in further courting our loyalty. Cool. And they have a trained band against Javat in alliance with Reichart. And with Reichart, we have very few or no encounters, so we don't really have any reputation. We're neutral. So if we hurt them, we'll go into negative reputation, and they'll start attacking us, and that's not good. Like Steel Song. So if we encountered a Steel Song bounty hunter, they will probably attack us and try to kill us. If we encounter one of their spies, they will probably try to kill us. Well, however, if we interact with like a clan Javat, we might... Well, we're in a trade war, so if we encounter a merchant, we'll probably want to attack them so we can get better reputation with Kadar. So you can see that the entire galaxy is broken up into different quadrants, and they're all controlled by different places. That doesn't mean that in this, like in this Steel Song place, there aren't other places, other clans and syndicates and houses. So there's Steel Song. I think that's Zenrin. There are some newer ones that I'm not familiar with that were added in Frontiers, which is pretty cool. I like that. Like Zenrin is new. Alta Mesa is new. What's the other one? What's the other one? That one's old. Maclum new. That's new. So there are like 3 new houses and syndicates, and that's cool. I like that. Much bigger place than before. Definitely bigger than Star Traders 1, which was actually more of a mobile game, which is cool. So I like this. There are rumors that you can hear, so that tells you that heavy patrols in that place quadrant. Due to heightened threat levels, that place military fleets are on high alert and flooding space with patrols. So probably don't want to go there if you are not friends with. I want to see that. So we can look on here. Maestron. How many warps is that away? 3 jumps. So 1, 2, 3. Far fallen. Core 1, 2, 3. There it is. So this place is controlled by Reichert. So if I were to say have negative reputation with Reichert, I probably don't want to go there. So that can tell you a lot. It can tell you where there are profits to be made. Like if you're a smuggler and there is a blockade happening somewhere or other, you probably want to go there. Well, not necessarily, but you could go there and try to get through the blockade. Haven't played as a smuggler yet. Alright, let's grab some new crew members so we can get a mechanic, we can get a swordsman, pistolier. Depending on how you want to play, you want to get different types of guys. So here we can get different cargo, sell that. So the possibilities that you could have are pretty expansive, because you can get different ships, cargo to sell, different jobs for your player to have. So if you want to play as a merchant, you can do that. If you want to play as a pirate, you can do that too. So it's pretty open world. But there's also a storyline of quests or missions. I should start calling them missions, because that's what they're called in the game. And lots of crew members. You can interact with them. You can watch as they climb the ranks. You can watch their traits and background if you want to. I have a pretty large crew, as far as I can't keep track of all these people. They will die. They will have things happen to them. I could probably give them all the same face and clothes, and it would be weird, and the same name, and then they'd just be like clone troopers. That'd be cool. But you could do that if you want. You have to make sure that they stay happy and pay them. You can suffer mutiny at their hands, which is always fun. So keep them happy. Doctor their wounds. You can doctor them with your crew, I think. I'm not entirely sure why they only do it in combat. It's kind of weird that way. Like our doctor, he doesn't really do it too well. Hakan Dakal has one trait that is currently unknown. Yes, there are traits that can be unknown. You can star certain things in people, so let's star ourselves yellow. And star our officer's green. And if you find someone that you like and want to see become a officer at some point, if someone else dies. So he's ex-military, which gives him plus 10% damage. He's also rigidly lawful, which gives him a 25% chance to lose 2 to 4 morale when spicing in the brazen carnival. That's not a word. So I'm not entirely sure what that means, but let's say we like him. We want to start him for later. So let's say we want to mark him as possible, eventually, officer. Yes, that's the word. We could do that. Or any of these people. Or if there's someone that you don't like, you could give them a red star, like this guy. Say we hate him for some odd reason. We could hate him and try to get rid of him. If we hated him, we could probably just dismiss him. So we could do that. No, we're not going to do that. So we can look at his stats. We can equip. Yeah, that's all he's got there. Specialist gear, he doesn't need that. We're going to give him a different weapon. So we're going to give him a rifle, because he's a soldier. Offhand blade matches with pistol, requires blade skill. Okay. So if we find a swordsman somewhere, can we sort by job? Crew dog. I'm not entirely sure what they do. Crew dog. Relaxing league. I don't know what that means. But okay, so let's find our soldiers. There they are. So, swordsman maybe, too? Pistolier. So, can we change your gear? Or is that button? There it is. Equip. Matches with pistol, requires blade skill. So I guess she doesn't have any blade skill. Right. Let's see. Pistols, no. Okay. But you can do all sorts of cool stuff like that. So I'm probably just going to do a quest right now. So where's our nearest quest? That one. We have 33 weeks to do that. Let's go do that now. It's pretty close, so we just do it right here. And after that, we're probably going to wrap up. But we're going to complete this quest just to show what that's sort of like. We're going to land here. We're going to click on the button here. Skip the dialogue, because that usually won't happen. We're going to give them a full entourage. Alright, we're going to skip all 30 of those. We've been paid that much money, which is good. I like being paid, and we can refuel. This is about what the game is like, actually. We can pay, we can check for that. Exchange, we can't do that. Now we just check for the next part of the quest. Where are we? There we are. So we have to go there, and that'll send us over. Unfortunately, we can't put it in like high-speed mode like we can in 4X Empires, which is pretty nice. Okay, so Starport will pay that. We'll refuel. We're going to arbitrate neutrality. We're going to escort basketball. Basketball. Okay, we've been paid more money, which is good. Spice Hall, we can try to pay our people, but they don't need it. Then we'll plot the next course. We got one hyper warp jump in between. I'm clicking space, by the way, to navigate to these places, because I like clicking the keyboard shortcuts, because it helps. We'll just double click that. Nice animation, but I'm in a hurry. Navigate. Not really in a hurry. It's just we're at pretty much the wrapping up point, and I like to get done. So let's move our little ship over here. And we can see lots of talents saving tests because they'd fail them otherwise. Interesting. Let's show an orbital station again. So that's one of these. We can land on the station. Sometimes you can explore. I showed that earlier on these places too. Sometimes they'll have like multiple stuff like wilderness here and a luxury population here. We'll land here. We can see that we have a contact here of Callaghan Fane. Arbitrate neutrality. You don't have to do it once you click that. We'll just skip all that. What will we do next? Tell me again. We got paid 12,000 credits. That's a lot of money for a quest. I know there are more, but yeah. So that's probably going to start wrapping it up for this showcase. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it informative. Let me know if you did, and if you would like to see a series. I'll probably start that up pretty soon, maybe on Saturdays, on the bonus video Saturdays, because that'd be cool, because it probably won't take that long to get a full series out before I go broke or I die or something like that happens. Please don't yell at me if I do, but okay. So I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.